Welcome to New Jersey Rockets girls hockey. We give you a little different intro today as I'm under a little somber mood as one of our Rockets family, Joan Goff, the Buddha of our wonderful Hope Menichello, left us this week. And we dedicate this live stream to the memory of Joan Goff. You are looking live at Steel Ice Center in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, where the New Jersey Rockets U19 girls are getting set to take on a very good rival in the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo here bringing you the action from center ice as the longest buzzer in the world finally stops buzzing. Rockets and the Phantoms have played a bunch of times this season and they're always close and entertaining games. The Phantoms got the better of the last meeting a few weeks ago. And the Rockets hope to avenge that here ahead of an almost certain meeting in the AGHF playoffs in about the next month or so. Rockets wearing their road black jerseys. They have red numerals outlined in white. They have red across the top of their jerseys, black pants, black socks with a thick red stripe flanked top and bottom by thin gray stripes, and in the front of their jerseys it says Rockets spelled out, and the O is a rocket logo sort of exploding, an exploding ball of fire, and they have that same R on the front of their socks. Kind of hard to see sometimes, but maybe when you will get a close look from ice side, you will get a good look at that. Lehigh Valley Phantoms in the home whites. They have orange numerals outlined in black. The nameplates are orange without an outline. They wear black pants, white socks on the top, which are black on the bottom, and they're interrupted by a thick orange stripe flanked on the top by a thin black stripe and on the bottom by a thin white stripe. Black helmets abound for all the skaters, white helmets for the goalies. Looks like Kata is going to be in goal for the Phantoms today, and I believe she played one of the games between the teams early on, and it's been Charlotte Reeves in the other. Rockets will start it out with Landstrom at center, Connolly on the near side wing, Cook on the far side. On D, it will be Grace Matone on the left side, Kira Redmond on the right. Bertinetti on the face-off, liftoff against the Rockets for the Phantoms, and a quick icing after Landstrom won the face-off, and it was sent right down. So we are quickly underway, 17-minute periods, and we go ice side for you because that's really the best spot here. With seamless glass, we can do it instead of going down into the corners. Face-off won by the Phantoms, shoveled forward but bounded out. Mickeltree and Redmond playing ping-pong over there. Goes down below the end line, and Landstrom, 29, sweeps it around. Matone, 89 in black, tries to move it forward, but it slipped away. Ballou moved it down toward the slot, but the Rockets knock it out of there. You get a good look at Haley Connolly chasing down Natalie Pirelli, who picks it up and turns the corner. Tried to hit Ballou, but Nieves picked it up. Down low, Cook has it, was trying to turn the right way and just couldn't get the puck onto maybe her backhand or couldn't get herself turned around. Nieves has jumped out there with Rodriguez, so Cook still from the first shift is out there, and as soon as she goes to the bench, Louisa Rizzo will jump on. You might see that in your picture if it gets that far. Cook standing there. Now she exchanges for Rizzo, and the Rockets will chase a puck in the defensive zone. They force a turnover. Nieves gets it, sends it down to Rodriguez in the near side corner. Rodriguez looking to move through some traffic, tries to send it up the near side boards, but let's see if she got it strong enough. Jacobus pinched in to get it, but it goes hard around and goes all the way to Rizzo by the door where the Zamboni comes in. Rizzo goes to Matone at the point. Matone down the middle. Nieves tried to shovel it forward, but their offensive play is rebuffed. Puck comes in. Rizzo's one-on-one, skates to the middle, tries to move it down there, but Mickeltree looked like she knocked it away. Comes up the middle. McDonald tried to get the shot off, but it was blocked, and it's recovered on the near side corner by Kratzer, who sends it down low. McDonald comes all the way up, bats it back in with the backhand, and hustles off for a change, as do two of her teammates. The Rockets will try to break out, but the on-rushing Bertonetti picks it off, skates it down to the left wing, gets down low, shot, and it's a kick save. Or maybe it was the blocker. That's Emma Lacey. We didn't even get to tell you that she's there. Rizzo now on the far side. Rizzo comes up through the middle, shovels it forward. Mickeltree got a piece of it. They go around. It bats out in front. Fox had it for a moment. Axelson overskated. Hansen has it there. It comes down low. Rizzo's trying to get off now. She was the last one to shift, so the left wings are a little bit behind in their shift. And here's Hope Menikillo. Got it for a moment, but Chloe Ballou sends it back in, the tall 91. Tallest player on the ice for either team, it looks like. Chloe Ballou, 91. That one's sent down for the icing, and Kata grabs it, curries some favor with the refs, and sends it all the way back down. Rockets will face it off in the defensive zone. Ulrich will be on the dot. Menikillo and Hansen in the slot. And number 16 is back on the ice for the Rockets. Aaron Bruno, welcome back. Natosi tries to wrist that one in. Referee needs to move out of the way. He does. He's a big fan of the broadcast as well on what Coach Paul now calls Rizzo vision, and we might adopt it. Battled for down low. It comes to the near side boards. Hansen's there first. Steers it back behind the end line. And there's a battle for it in the far corner. Lindfeld had it for a moment. It comes up to Menikillo. Hope Menikillo will try to come up the left wing. Sends it all the way for Hansen. Hansen up the right side. Didn't have anywhere to go, so she dumps it in. It comes back around the other side, and the Phantoms try to move it out, but Matone stepped in. She interrupted the rush, even if she couldn't keep it in. Menikillo moves it in, gets clear on the backhand, and dumps it in for Ulrich to pursue. Here's Aaron Bruno. She's missed a bunch of time with a couple of different ailments, but boy, it's great to see 16 back in the lineup and steering back already. Rockets playing with 5 defensemen and 3 forward lines. Getting healthier by the moment. That one's sent all the way down. It will be an icing if it clears the end line. It does. And with 13:03 left in a scoreless first period, the Rockets have a defensive zone draw to the right circle in front of Emma Lacey, number 7 in black, clearing the snow out from the front of her crease. Landstrom on the dot against Bertonetti. Landstrom wins another. 29 is good on the dot. Comes to the point, fired a shot there on the right point. Did Pirelli. Couldn't get it all the way through traffic, and the Phantoms trying to cycle it down low. It's maybe loose in front. Gets a forehand on it, does Bertonetti, but Lacey makes the save. Bertonetti picked it up, brought it back around. PJ Jacobus is going to try to get some space and finds the passing lane for Izzy Cook. Cook couldn't corral it on the backhand, and she and Haley Connolly were kind of in the same spot. Fox stepped in, Lauren Fox, and she exchanged with PJ Jacobus, who just finds a lane and sends it in. Cook trying to pursue. Let's see if she could force the turnover. It's a loose puck here right in front of you. You get a good view of that. Maddie McDonald brings it in, and Jacobus back-checking picks it up off of her stick after good defense team-wise from the Rockets. That one was sent out of the zone. Kratzer batted it back in. She got away with it. No offside, even though it was clear from this vantage point that it had gone out. That one again is batted in. Pretty much the same play from the opposite side. Lindfeld batted it in, but Sarah Lindfeld was not quite there in time, and we will face it off outside of the Rockets' defensive zone. Nieves for the Rockets versus McDonald for the Phantoms. That one will go to the Phantoms. Natosi up for Lindfeld. Lindfeld has a little room there, takes a shot, but it goes wide. Bruno picks it up. She's on D with Fox now as the Rockets rotate the 5D. Natosi brought it out, and it went back in. And before Rodriguez could bat it out and get off to the races, it's an offside. McDonald against Nieves again. This one goes to Nieves. Bruno moves it up. Nieves is going to skate in, has Rizzo on her left, takes a shot. Kata kicked it away. Rizzo backhand shot. It didn't get through. Goes to the far corner. Rizzo battles 1-on-2. Nieves comes to help out. Kratzer's over there. She's the one that you want to watch. You don't want her to get the puck and get moving. Katie Kratzer, 47 in white. She seems to score in every game versus the Rockets, and probably a lot of teams say that the same about their own squad. Bruno in the slot down low, kicked away by Kata. Sent up the right wing. Ballou lost it and couldn't get it out. Ulrich was looking for Hansen over there, but the pass was not able to get through traffic. Axelson is going to skate it up the left wing. Her centering attempt is rebuffed by Fox's skates. Bertinetti sends it around. Ballou battles for it below the end line, but Redmond comes out winning that battle. And as the Phantoms peel off, the Rockets break out, but they don't get the puck in the offensive zone. Lacey was going to try to knock that down as Lila Axelson dumped it in. Ballou is going to pick this one up. Rather, that's Mickeltree, 81, not 91. Gets it toward the net, and it has to be swept away by Lacey. As you would expect, when these two teams get together, it's even and it's entertaining. So far 0-0 through 7 minutes as Hope Minikillo rushes in. Minikillo up the left wing, gets through one, gets down low, wrist shot, save Kata, and she holds on. .9:58 left, first period, scoreless. From the shadows of the steel stacks, no longer in use for many, many years, but still a theme everywhere you look in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, at the bottom of the hill down from Lehigh University. Ulrich behind the net, gets it knocked down by Natosi. Natosi's going to try to reverse it, but Hansen says no. Picked up there and moved out, and this is going to be Lindfeld, but she couldn't get through traffic. Minikillo grabs it. Minikillo now up the right wing, puts on the brakes, gets in, left pad, saved by Kata. Cross ice pass, zig. Lindfeld flamingoed the right skate to let the puck go out. That one sent down. They're not going to call an icing. It looked like that was a couple of feet behind the center line, but the Rockets change, and here's Kratzer, Katie Kratzer. Moves it in. Axelson down low for Ballou. She met three Rockets in the middle and couldn't get through them. Up the left wing now. Cook comes to the middle and pounded right back in by Pirelli. Pirelli spelled P-E-R, not like the tires, which are P-I-Rs. Connolly makes a nice move, but Mickeltree picks it up, and Connolly still on her over there. Pirelli has it now. Blocked away by Cook. She's got Connolly in the zone, and now Landstrom coming in for some help. That puck just bounced away from Landstrom, who was kind of in a good spot there coming in late, but needed a little puck block. Broke in on the right side of the zone, but picked up quickly by Mickeltree. Battled for along the far boards and picked up again. She's going to shovel it off the boards on the side and still trace it down. That's a defenseman right there, Reagan Mickeltree, 81, following the play up and getting some coverage by her forward so she could do that. So that's what we call teamwork in hockey. Picked off there, and Fernandez ran into Redmond. And boy, that's a difficult penalty to call. Where is Redmond supposed to go? The player runs right into her. She's like she's not entitled to her ground. So a dubious call there, and the first one goes in favor of the Phantoms, who will be on a power play for 2 minutes with 7:53 left in the first period. The Rockets have, according to the scoreboard, all 4 shots on goal in the game. Rockets will start the kill out with Jacobus and Fox on D, Rizzo and Nieves up front. Nieves battles for the faceoff, tries to fire it through, but Katie Kratzer knocks it down. Kratzer at the point, looking for room. Nieves doesn't want to give her any. Gets it down low to the corner, centering feed. They had somebody at the back door right there. Rizzo now hustling up to put pressure, but Kratzer was there first. Ballou sends it in off of the stick of Jacobus, and Emmeline Lacey decides to cover it up and draw another face-off. So 7:30 left in period 1, no score, and 1:37 left in the penalty to Kira Redmond, whose infraction was called, I believe, interference, but it was a difficult one to swallow. We talk about it over and over here as Lacey makes a glove save and we get another whistle. We talk about it often with Redmond. She's a stout player and she has a very low center of gravity on her skates. Very often she's quite good at angling, which is when you take an angle toward the board. Now you're not in women's hockey and girls hockey, there's no checking, so you can't close a gap to make a hit. But if you get to the puck first, there's physical pushing and bumping that is most certainly allowed as the Phantoms try to work the power play. And Redmond there was just standing her ground. The player moved the puck and Redmond just stood there and Fernandez just walked right into her, melted down on the hit, and somehow Redmond was called for the penalty over there. But we've seen it before and we talk about it frequently, so if you're just tuning in for the first time, that's why we kind of explain these things once and again. McDonald fires a shot that is knocked away by the blocker of Lacey, which is the right-hand glove. Wrist shot by McDonald in the slot, and Lacey gathers it with the Rockets logo across her chest and never lets it hit the ice. 44 seconds left in the power play for Lehigh Valley, the first of the game for either team, 6:37 remaining in a scoreless first period. The first 4 shots of the game went to the Rockets, who are wearing black, and the last 2 here on the power play have gone to Lehigh Valley as Tainted Love continues to play for a long time, and the puck is loose in front. Eventually it's covered up by Lacey, who is sitting on her behind with her legs butterflied open. So a dangerous scoring chance there, as Bertinetti and Axelson were in front, and maybe even Ballou. Hansen flips that puck right toward us and it goes in. And I'm sure that even though it's icing, Lisa Hagee, back in the hometown of Francesca Hansen, is probably appreciative of that little flip right there. Maybe that was for you, Lisa. 6:19 left first period, no score. Rockets in the black jerseys, Lehigh Valley in the white. The music doesn't go off quickly after the puck drops, so that's why you keep hearing it. On Kratzer, wrist shot, hit the glove of Lacey and exceeded the height of the crossbar. Good thing for the Rockets. That's going to kill off the rest of the penalty. Redmond is going to jump out of the box, being manned at the moment by Bobby Connolly Jr. for the Rockets, stepping in. Ballou gets in, gets it taken away by Minichello. Changes taking place. Ballou gets behind the D. Chloe Ballou walks in, gets it to the forehand and shoots it wide. Maybe somebody got a piece. Jacobus might have gotten a piece, but Chloe Ballou with the best scoring chance of the game probably for either team at this point. And it's 0-0. Shots now 4-4. Landstrom putting pressure. Now the Rockets exchange between defense pair. Pirelli knocked that down with her stick and her face mask and then eventually gained control of it. The puck is ping-ponged in a turf battle here at neutral ice, eventually picked up by Minichello. Popped in, but Mickeltree is going to pick it up and try to steer it out. right in front of her bench. Gets a little time and space. Tries to go to her defense partner. Oh, Connolly almost picked that off. And if Haley had gotten it, she would have been alone in on Kata. 4:46 left, period one. No score, Rockets. And the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Landstrom on the dot. Cook in the slot. Connolly on the near side wing. Redmond at the right point, Matone on the left. 3 forward lines and 5 defensemen for the Rockets in this one. That one pops over the boards on the Phantoms side. Phantoms with 2 forward lines and 2 defense pairs. So the Rockets with the longer bench here today. That's not a position and a distinction that they have shared often this season. Axelson tried to get through a couple, but Matone picked up her partner and took it away. Rockets change the center on the line, and Cece Nieves is now out with Haley Connolly and Izzy Cook for a moment. You'll see Cook and Connolly probably get over to the bench as soon as they get one good chance where there's no risk of loss of possession. That's clean changing as we're down to 4 minutes left. Puck fired in. Rockets are going to change at least one of the wings because Cook was in front of the bench. Connolly had to hold her stead and tries to spring Rizzo. Can she get it all the way through? Pirelli just kept that one alive. Otherwise, Rizzo would have been off to the races. So the Rockets haven't gotten the breaks behind the D. Chloe Ballou got one for the Phantoms, and there's no score with 3:30 left in the first period. Rodriguez was trying to spring Rizzo, who was behind the D there. So it's coming. We've seen it. Both teams are trying to do the same thing as that shot goes just wide. It was redirected in front. Sent at the net. Emmeline Lacey knocks it down and covers it up. Whistle and a stoppage of play. 3:13 left, period number 1. The Rockets had the first 4 shots of the game. Then Kira Redmond was put into the box for some type of a penalty that was called interference. That's going to be my judicious way of saying it. And since the start of that power play, which has since expired, the Phantoms have had the next 5 shots of the game. A seesaw battle indeed. Here comes Rizzo. She's won Almoma Kratzer, but this is just going to be a race to see if there's no icing. Kratzer had a stride on her. You couldn't really see it. It's sort of like in horse racing when they come around the turn. Sometimes it looks like the inside horse is leading or the outside horse is leading when in fact it's the other. Rodriguez, Nieves, and Rizzo working some good puck movement there as Rodriguez heads off, and Hansen will join the play on your left. There she is. Rizzo tries to get it down low, gets hooked, gets pulled down. Still battling over there. No calls. Centering feed was blocked away as Fox was going to try to cheat down the middle. Bertonetti trying to split the D. Bertonetti does split the D. She's in alone. Shot. Pad saved by Lacey. Still loose in front. They're trying to pound it in, but it won't go in. Boy, the Rockets were on the ropes there. Samantha Bertonetti broke in right between the D. We have not seen that happen very often to the Rockets this season. She broke in right between the 2 defenders, got in. Lacey made a brilliant save on the first shot, but Natosi was right there trying to put in the rebound and couldn't do it. She was denied by a combination of Rocket defensive sticks and, in the end, Emma Lacey. 102 seconds left in the first period. We're glad you're joining us from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We understand that on YouTube, our stream goes worldwide. And for those in Italy, we know the grandparents, I nonni della 22, the grandparents of number 22, Cece Nieves, watching us from Italy. Buonasera, signor e signore. Signora, I should say. Here comes Menichello, one-on-one, trying to get it through down low, drags it. It's redirected in front by her own player, but Kata made the save anyway. Rockets work it. Jacobus, wrist shot, bouncing in front. Kata kicked it away. Comes to the point. Matone fires, redirected. Natosi was on the back door, but not a Rocket. Natosi picks it up. There's going to be a penalty here as there's a dump in, and Kata heads to the bench, but the Rockets are going to be penalized. Looked like maybe she lost the stick and somebody knocked it away, so that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct, or are they calling it a hook? And Coach Paul getting the question in to the referees. It looked like they called Hope Menichello for a hook, so with 40.1 seconds left in period one, the Rockets are now killing another power play. They haven't had one yet. As Kira Redmond and Emmeline Lacey do a little dance to the Backstreet Boys riff being played right now. And the ref's waiting and waiting to drop the puck because the penalty has not been put on the board yet. They're good so far at playing a lot of music. Getting the penalties up there has presented a little bit of a challenge, and now the coaches for a moment were waving the players over, but maybe just one. So Katie Kratzer comes over for some instruction. The Rockets will kill it off up front with Nieves and Connolly, Redmond and Fox on D. Bertonetti on the dot, Ballou in the slot, Axelson on the far wing, Natosi at the left point, and Kratzer at the right point. Kratzer has it, walks it in, fires a shot that's knocked down with the blocker of Emma Lacey. Chipped out, Nieves has a breakaway shorthanded. Cece Nieves walks in, shoots, oh, it exceeded the crossbar. Nieves had a chance to break the Rockets out. The Kata stood her ground and Nieves fired it over the net. Nieves picks it up now. She's got Connolly in the slot. Centering feed knocked away. 9 seconds, we know that's enough to get down and put one in. We've seen Rizzo do it for the Rockets, but once Redmond interrupts it there, that's going to expire the period in a good way for the Rockets as they sort of escape this period with a 0-0 tie. Shots on goal 8-5 in favor of the homestanding Lehigh Valley Phantoms. And they've had 8 of the last 9 after the Rockets had the first 4. We know that most of you tune in a little bit late, sometimes at various parts of the broadcast, but at the very top, we dedicated this stream of the game to Joan Goff. She's a part of our Rockets family as the grandmother, the Gouda of Hope Menichello, number 48. So Hope playing with a heavy heart today, but chose to be out here with her teammates, and we pass off all the condolences to the Goff family and the Menichello family for this great loss. So while the Rockets exit their bench en masse to listen to instructions from Coach Jeremy Jacobus, he's actually out of view. You can't really see him from where he is. He's down low at eye level with his players. And to your left, and by Emmeline Lacey, who's dropped her equipment now, is Coach Bob Connolly and Coach Mike Cook. Coach Paul Landstrom on the nearer side now. The Rockets exit the bench and stand up, and the Phantoms, with their limited troops, one spare forward line, one spare pair of defensemen, all inhabit the bench, save for their goalie. And the coach comes out and gives them instruction from there. So different approaches, but maybe similar results so far as the teams have played scoreless, as you might expect them to be tied. Pretty much we expect them to be tied after every period they play. They're so evenly matched and the games are so entertaining between these two. No matter where they play, they think you could land these girls on Mars and they'd lace up their skates and they'd play a 3-2 game somewhere, and all the players and the parents would feel fulfilled at the end of it. When we enter play, once again, the Rockets will be shorthanded for a minute 19 with Hope Minikillo in the box. It is the second power play of the game as Madison Kata now will guard the goal to your YouTube left, and Emmeline Lacey, when she decides to, will guard the cage to your YouTube right. In close view, as you could see on the right, getting her steps in place, is Dr. Nicole. Rockets do have both goalies available today. Arialis Marklin, you might have just seen her there, as Emmeline Lacey now heads down to inhabit the crease on the right side. Grace Ulrich with Izzy Cook up front. Grace Matone, Kira Redmond on D as the Rockets one short for another 119. Liftoff, period 2. Mickeltree off the face-off had it. That was Ballou, rather. And Pirelli. Mickeltree now retreats to get it. It will not be an icing, so the Rockets will take that. Sent up the middle and picked off by Cook. She can't keep it in. They blew that one offside, but it never actually went back into the zone. So it's a couple of weeks in a row where we've seen that happen, where the puck is not actually brought in offside, but the thought that it's about to happen causes the whistle to blow. Referee ensures that Cook and Ballou don't cheat in too much. Rockets win the faceoff and send it down low. Same crew still out there for both teams. 30 seconds into period number 2 of a 0-0 game, and the team with the puck right now on the power play for another 41 seconds. Axelson tries to drill it down low. Redmond picks it up, sends it toward us, bounces off the boards, and Mickeltree sends it in, and it clears through a gaggle of players before exceeding the end line. No icing. She was over the center line. That one fired down. Kicked down by Kratzer. Kratzer's going to try to walk it right down the middle. Gets into a lot of traffic. Wrist shot and blocked away by Matone. Grace Matone has the 2 young puppies here with Mom today. I don't know if Mom Nancy has brought the puppies in, but I'd love to see them here. I got to play with them before the game. Popped up and Lacey grabs it with the catching glove. Rockets needed 1 more second to expire to face it off at even strength, but there's 1 second left, so Minikillo will be in the box there, and if I were the Phantoms, I would take one of my players and station her in neutral ice, because if the Rockets win the faceoff, they're going to fire it down to Minikillo. But they win the faceoff, do the Phantoms. Wrist shot Kratzer through traffic. Lacey saw it and gloved it down. Minikillo jumped out of the box and Rizzo jumped onto the ice for her. Nieves on the dot. Let's see who's going to take the face-off. It's Nieves. Nieves on the dot. Rizzo and Rodriguez. Rizzo trying to chip it past Kratzer, but Kratzer got there first. Battled for along the near side boards. Rizzo gets railed from behind by McDonald. No call. They usually call those when a player gets hit from behind near the boards, and we've seen a lesser bump in this game result in just that. Rizzo trying to chip it forward, trying to beat Natosi. Oh, she was looking to slam on the brakes and spin it around, but couldn't quite corral it. Natosi playing dangerous with it toward the front of her net, but they do get it out. McDonald spinning, tried to get it on the backhand of her left-handed stick, couldn't do it, and the Rockets bring it in. Rodriguez pressuring Kratzer, trying to force the play. Rizzo jumps in, they try to trap it, somebody got a piece, but the Phantoms are going to break it up and out. Maddie McDonald, number 15 in white, gains the wing on the left side, but it's knocked away by Aaron Bruno. Bruno hits Rizzo. She had to spin around the wrong way, otherwise she might have been behind the D. Rizzo's going to bring it in, dump it to the left. and afford her team a change. It's the period of the long change, but when you change in the offensive zone in the second period, you make it the period of the short change. Ballou and Fox battle for it along the boards on the far side. Bertonetti picks it up. Bertonetti has time, looks, goes to Pirelli at the point. It's blocked away by Menichello with the left shin pad. Picked up behind the end line by Jacobus and sent around for Hansen. Hansen chips it forward. Was stepped into there by Mickeltree, shoveled forward. Now there's going to be a call on somebody over there. Let's see who it is. If the Rockets are finally going to get a power play. They've had a couple of players pressed against the boards, and somehow none of the calls have gone their way. And it's going to be 0 for 3 now as Hansen goes into the box for what is going to be called roughing. So the Rockets on the wrong side of all of these calls, and at some point, if you are familiar with the hockey gods, and I have them on speed dial, and typically what happens is these things tend to even out. So if the Rockets can rope-a-dope here and keep killing them off, eventually they figure to get a few going their way. And their best chance of the game has been shorthanded when Cici Nieves had a shorthanded breakaway and is still getting razzed by her dad Al for shooting it over the crossbar. Knocked for a moment with a high stick by Ulrich, but when the next player to touch it after the puck is knocked down with a high stick is on the opposing team, then play can continue. And Katie Kratzer, pressured by Menichello, she's holding the stick there a little bit as they get spun around. Ulrich picks it up, Matone comes in and bangs it around the end boards. Menichello sends it to the point. The Rockets are killing a penalty here. Redirected in front, Kata with the save, and she holds on. Ulrich redirected the point shot from Jacobus. Kata got down, got the pads on it, and kept it out of the net. Rockets with a minute 10 to kill off on the roughing penalty to Francesca Hansen. Well, the Rockets kill it off and then start getting some power plays. Their power play is absolutely lethal. Recently at a tournament in Massachusetts, in a 5-game span, the Rockets scored more power play goals themselves than did the entire 7 other teams combined. So one of the things that the Phantoms want to do is stay the heck out of the box as Lacey dives out to cover that one up. 39 seconds left to kill for the Rockets. Cook and Nieves up front doing that. And they will all exit. So a new fresh 4 out there. Ulrich and Connolly up front with Bruno and Redmond on D. Bertinelli on the dot. Axelson in the slot. Ballou on the far wing. Comes to the left point. Pirelli bangs it high off the boards. The Rockets are going to be able to pick this one up, or at least make it a 50-50 puck, as they have 30 seconds left to kill on power play number 3. They've been outshot 11-6, which is 11-2 if you consider that they had the first 4 of the game, did the Rockets, in black. 16 in black is Erin Bruno. She's back in the lineup and killing penalties. Playing well. She comes all the way up. Rockets are going to try to break out shorthanded. Mickeltree fell down. Ulrich's going to streak in. Ulrich doesn't have anywhere to go. Cuts toward the middle. No one was there. Connolly, standing sentry at the point, tries to bang it down low. Bruno stays down there. Plays catch with Connolly. The Rockets have killed it off. Streaking in was Nieves, looking for a redirection. Couldn't get it. They go for the home run. Ballou has it. Connolly hustling back. Knocks it away. That's a left wing coming back on D. Haley Connolly to blow up Ballou's chances. And Ballou's been behind the defense twice now, 91 in white. Once she got all the way in, this time Connolly caught up to her. Fox chips it off the boards. Perfect angle for Rodriguez, who lost it over there. Lindfeld trying to battle for it, but it comes to Nieves right in front of you. We'll give you a look at Cici, 22. It comes behind the D again, walking in on the left wing and trying to get the shot off, but they couldn't do it. Rockets got back just enough to snuff that chance. It was Fernandez who broke in behind the D. Not really so much behind the D, but at least into the back door spot. 11 minutes left, second period, no score. Fox steps in Natosi's path and removes her from the puck. Very good technical play on angling by Lauren Fox. And it's not just against the boards that you could do that. You could do it anywhere on the ice. Sent toward the net, covered up by Kata as Rizzo was bearing down. And a face-off in the offensive zone for the Rockets. Ulrich on the dot, Hansen in the slot, Menikillo on the far wing. Fox at the right point. Captain PJ Jacobus there, 21, between the points. So the left-handed shot plays right D, the right-handed shot plays left D. That's when it's wings, they call them the off wings. Menikillo has it, undresses a couple, tries to get a wrist shot off, but somebody got a piece of it. Leaning down to try to move it out, but picked off by the Rockets. They were centering it, looking for Hansen. Hansen gets it down low, wrist shot, score! Ball down! It's 2-2 time! 1-0 Rockets with 10:18 left in period number 2. Francesca Hansen picked that one off in the slot, got down low, handled it to the backhand, went to the forehand, and went bar down. 1-0 New Jersey. And they play Barracuda by heart, and that shot by Hansen had the teeth of a Barracuda. Kata was in as great a position as you could be in. And she was ready for it, but Hansen put it in about the only spot that was available. 1-0 Rockets. Here comes Menikillo. Matone, you get a nice look at the players. You could see their faces and expressions. Ulrich looking to turn the corner. Gets by Fernandez. Gets down the left wing. Ulrich looking to center it on the backhand, but Kratzer said no with good defense and positioning. Menikillo, top of the right circle, shovels it toward Hansen. Hansen gets it down low, gets another forehand, tried it again, but this time couldn't quite pull the trigger the way she wanted to. And Kata got down in a hurry and really took away, she took away the whole bottom side of the net right there. Didn't give Hansen much to shoot at close range. Trying to break it out, McDonald comes up and gains the center line, sends it in, and affords her team a needed change. Under 10 minutes left, second period, 1-0 Rockets on the goal by Hansen. The Rockets have been shorthanded 3 times. They've killed off all 3. They haven't had a chance to use the rocket fuel for their potent power play, as Ulrich had that pass go a little too far. Kratzer walks in, wrist shot, redirected by a Rocket stick blade, and it goes over the crossbar. Ulrich down low fighting for it. Axelson's over there. Comes out to Bertonetti, who sends it back, but behind the net. Battled for on the near side. It comes to the point. Now Tozy grabs it by the tips of her toesies to keep it in. Tozy cheating all the way down in. She's at the point. Rockets could have a break if they get through. Hansen, Ulrich's got to send Hansen. Oh, she didn't see her maybe. Oh boy, Hansen was behind the D. If Ulrich just poked that puck forward. Hansen now, wrist shot, saved by Kata. Rebound is loose and picked up and swept away by Pirelli. Matone cheats in, and Ballou would have been off to the races if Matone didn't get a glove on that to slow it down. Ballou marches in. Ballou steered wide. Ballou, nifty backhand, no look pass to Axelson, but didn't quite hit the tape. Here comes Menikillo, coming in on Mickeltree. Comes to the left circle, gets through one, gets through another, wrist shot, saved by Kata. She got the right pad on it. Menikillo looked like she was about to put that one in. Menikillo gets it again down low, save off the mask of Kata as she came out to close down the angle. An active goalie in there, 30, Madison Kata. Rockets putting a lot of pressure on since they scored that first goal. That one sent down, and it's going to be an icing with 8:10 left in period number 2, and the Rockets holding a 1-0 lead. Offensive zone draw will be LBL. Lauren Barbara Landstrom, 29, to take it. Connolly in the slot. Cook on the near side wing. Fox at the left point. Bruno between the points. Face off 1 and Cook wanted to go to the point, but they took it away, so she spun it down toward the corner. Kratzer tries to move it up the wing. She does, and gets help from Maddie McDonald, who centers it, and Fernandez shovels it forward. Lacey's deciding right there to just freeze any puck that she can get to and let her team reset it in the defensive end. She did that there, came out, knocked it down with the paddle, and rather than playing it, just covered it. So the same crew out there for an offensive zone draw. 7:52 left, period 2, so we're more than halfway through from Steel Ice Center in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania on a Saturday night. This place will be bopping and schlopping with Eagles fans watching their team try to get to the Super Bowl in about 24 hours. But for now, we're concentrating on hockey over here. And the Rockets, while that is happening, will be in action against the Ramapo Saints on Sunday in the 5 o'clock Eastern hour. So we hope you join us for that. Trying to get it down low now. Lila Axelson gets it to Mickeltree. Wrist shot was redirected by Landstrom as it was coming down the pike. Sent between the points. This is not an icing. This is a live puck. This was sent down by Lehigh Valley. And they have to chase it all the way down. Connolly putting pressure. She's been so close to just picking off these passes and loose pucks. Good positionally these past series of games that once Haley Connolly gets one, I think we're going to see 2 or 3 right away. Sent up the far side board. It's a race between McDonald and Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking to spring Rizzo. That's their play. Nieves picks it up. Now Nieves walks in with Rizzo and she dumps it as Mickeltree was in there to give her a problem. Rizzo trying to battle for the puck over there in the near side corner. McDonald's joining in the fray. There's a few players over there. It's hard to see. They're just sort of out of picture. And it's eventually picked up and spun down now. Sent up the middle by McDonald. Lindfeld going to gain the center line and send it in. Sarah Lindfeld. 71. 71, 81, 91. A lot of high ones. 5:53 left, period 2. Rockets 1. Lehigh Valley Phantoms nothing. And Chloe Ballou was on the back door looking for that rebound. She's had a couple of really good scoring chances here, 91, and I believe that she did dent the net the last time these teams played. Jacobus breaking in. She's got a trailer. It's Rizzo who's now cutting down the middle. Jacobus sends it at the net. Kata pops it up and into the protective netting. That is above the glass on the boards behind the net, and the Rockets will have an offensive zone draw and they'll change it up. So Ulrich will take the face off. Menichello in the slot. Hansen on the near side wing. Matone on the left point. And Bruno will set up between the points. And eventually the Rockets hope drift over to the right point. They can establish an offensive presence here. Face off loose. Ulrich picks it up. Doesn't go to the point. Tries to skate it through traffic. Gets through a few, but not through the last one. It comes to the point. Bruno bounds it back in. Hansen in the slot walking down. Tried to steer it forward for Menichello, but couldn't quite get it through the traffic as the Phantoms converged. The white jerseys converged there quickly. Matone niftily keeps it in. Hansen tries to steer it back to her, and she does. It's still loose over there, chipped off the boards. They'll move it up and get it out. Bertonetti was the one who did the dirty work. 25 in white. Does a lot of it. Ulrich had it on the far wing for a moment. Kept in by Matone. She's going to walk down the middle. Has to dump it, though, as the ever-present Bertonetti gets there. It comes out in front. Hansen picks off another one, and she nearly had it alone in front. This one's going to be sent down, and unless that puck dies, it's going to be an icing. And it is icing on the Phantoms with 4:26 left in period number 2. The Rockets holding a 1-0 lead on the goal by Francesca Hansen. Stole one in front, went bar down on Madison Kata earlier here in the second. 13-10, the shots in favor of Lehigh Valley. Landstrom on the dot, Connolly in the slot, Cook on the near side wing. Fox left D, Matone right D. Rockets with 5 defensemen, and they just go 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. So one that allows them to get a little extra rest, and it also shows their versatility that anybody can play with anybody. Centering attempt by Cook. Cotta knocked it away even though it wasn't on net. Landstrom sends it down low. It was kicked away by the skate of one of the Phantoms over there, Pirelli, before it got to her netminder. Rockets now with some good sustained offensive presence here. That one sent all the way down for another icing. So not much of a penalty, so to speak. Not the kind that puts you in the box, but when you ice the puck, icing in effect at this level in all situations. So even if you have a 5-on-3, if you're the team with 3 and you send it down, they call you for icing. But what it does allow is, in the NHL, if you do that, you can't change personnel if you're the team that is the offending team. Here, you can change. So if you're short on the bench, you can ice it as long as you don't mind taking defensive zone draws all the time. Here comes Ballou, chips it past Redmond, and tries to hustle back in to get it. Ballou puts on the brakes, spins around. Rizzo picks off the pass. Rizzo tries to move it up, but met Natozzi over there. And Redmond shoveled it forward. Oh, she was looking to send Rizzo, but Rizzo cut toward the middle, thinking Redmond was maybe going to rush it up the left wing. Kratzer comes down the middle, sent wide by Bruno. Kratzer picks it up. Bertinetti will cover the point over there. Comes to the near side wing. Natozzi grabs it first and sends it back down low. Ballou keeps being dangerous here. Comes toward the middle. Ballou was trying to get it to the backhand, couldn't do it. Ballou lost the stick. Keeps it in with the hand. Rockets touch it first, so no hand pass. Finally, they get it out of the zone. Ulrich has Rizzo all alone. Oh boy, she couldn't get there because Kratzer came in to break it up. Redmond chips it this time for Rizzo. It goes through her legs and she can't corral it. Natozzi picks it up and skates through a couple of Rockets. She's going to gain the line on the offensive zone and chip it for herself. Isabella Natozzi. We know that the Italians are watching, so maybe they appreciate the Italian pronunciation of numero 9. Wristed down and knocked down by Mickeltree, who's going to skate it in. Redmond steps in to push her wide. Mickeltree recovers it, gets down low, shoots it off the side of the net. With under 150 now, Menichello one-on-one, gets tripped up there. Rockets are going to finally have their power play. Menichello would have been off to the races, so you can't knock for 1 second what Natalie Pirelli did there. She was about to get beaten. And you don't want to leave 48 in black going in alone on your goaltender. So I'm sure Pirelli's a little disappointed in herself, but every coach will say, I have no problem with that penalty. 101 seconds left in period 2. The Rockets have a 1-0 lead. They also have a power play, but only 4 players on the ice. And now they will put a fifth. So Grace Matone will line up at right wing, Francesca Hansen at center, Lauren Fox at left wing, PJ Jacobus at the left point, and Hope Menichello at the right point. We wait for the penalty to be put up on the board. It's going to be 2 minutes tripping to 17 Natalie Pirelli, and now it's up there on the board. So the Rockets have 2 defensemen up there up front, and that puck comes out, and PJ Jacobus is going to track it down as Run DMC continues to play long after the puck has been dropped. Menichello is going to bring it all the way up. Menichello, 48, gains the line, wrist shot, glove down by Cotta, and she holds on. That was not going to be on net. As Redmond jumps on for Matone, and Fox, Hansen, and Redmond up front. Jacobus and Menichello on the points on the power play for the Rockets. They win it right to Redmond, who sends it to Minichello, who tries to get it down low, but the shot was blocked down by Ballou. Ballou has somebody streaking. It was McDonald, but the Rockets converge on her. Comes back into their own zone with 1:10 left in the power play. The Rockets' first of the game after 3 for the Phantoms that the Rockets killed off every single minute of. Ballou trying to walk right to the net, centers it for McDonald, loose there. The Rockets have to defend their own end here. The last thing they want to do is have a power play finally and then give up a shorthander. Mickeltree and Ballou will play ping pong down there. Mickeltree tries to get a wrist shot off the block. Rockets block it away. Rockets now finally get possession in their own end, chipped up the near side boards. Kratzer let that one go, and it's going to be an icing. So the Rockets will have to reset. They have plenty of time, 38.6 seconds left, but that power play just never really got going. They'll change it up and put a new unit out there. On D, it will be Bruno and Matone. And up front, it will be Landstrom with Connolly and Cook. So that trio will get 38.6 seconds of power play time to see if they can do something with it. And if the Rockets don't do something with it, then they'll have a little bit more time in the third period to work with the man advantage, but not much. Connolly sends it to the near side wall. Landstrom looking, sends it at net. Cotta knocked it away. It's loose on the near side wall with 16 seconds left. Matone walks down. Shot doesn't go through. Landstrom at the point, tees it up. Bouncing puck, still in front, loose. Oh, Connolly almost stuffed it in. 5 seconds left. Rockets, if they can get it on net one more time, are not going to be able to do it. Period will expire. And it's 1-0 Rockets after 2. Shots on goal, 13 for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, 12 for the New Jersey Rockets, who will enter period 2 with 18 seconds of power play time. So sometimes we portray these games a certain way and we have expectations. And in this game, what we told you is that if these two squads of girls landed on Mars and found a patch of ice, they'd lace them up and probably play a 1-goal game. Lo and behold, we're through 2 periods and it's a 1-goal game, and every inch of ice has been fought for. It's been fought for hard, and it's been fought for sportingly. And that's the way we like to see the girls play. These teams almost certain at this point to meet at some time in the AGHF playoffs. The AGHF is topped by the York Devils. And York had been unbeaten in the league until last weekend when the Rockets posted a 3-2 overtime, well, rather a shootout win. And the Phantoms nearly were the first team to knock them off. They, prior to that, I think it was January 5th, found themselves in a 3-0 hole, stormed back to get 3, and then gave up the last one as the Devils rolled on. So there was some talk between some of the parents beforehand about the games against the measuring stick, the York Devils, and pretty soon we're likely to see all of those 3 and most likely the Islanders in the playoffs, but not fully determined yet. Natalie Pirelli in the box for 18 more seconds. to start the third period. Rockets kick it off on the power play. Nieves with Rizzo and Rodriguez up front. Nieves walks in, takes a shot. It's bouncing. It's loose. Rizzo pounds at it, but Cotta jumps out and blocks it down and covers it up. So just 9 seconds into the period, the Rockets go from a 13-12 deficit in shots to a 14-13 edge, courtesy of Cece Nieves and Luisa Rizzo. Rockets win the faceoff. Fox has to jump in. Here's a chance for Axelson if she can get past Jacobus. Can't quite do it. Power play is expired, and the teams are at full and even strength now as Natosi chases it down in her own end. Rockets trying to force the turnover, and they do for a moment. Let's see if they can gain an offensive zone possession here. Right now it's a 50-50 battle for the puck. It goes below the end line. Sent D to D, up and chipped out. Fox is going to get there, though. Axelson putting pressure on. Ballou had it for a moment. Sent right under Axelson's skates there. Sent into the zone. Rodriguez fired it forward, was looking for Rizzo. Ballou toe drags, gets through one, but couldn't maintain the possession. Chipped up, Rizzo gets it, trying to steer it forward. Finds two Phantoms over there. Now chipped forward, but out of the reach of Ulrich. Rizzo and Rodriguez change. Menichello and Hansen out with Ulrich now. Hansen has the goal, the only one of the game. It's 1-0 Rockets with 50 and 40 left. Kratzer hits the brakes, 47. Up to Fernandez, who sends it for McDonald in the middle. And now Lindfeld will take it over the line, but met there by Matone, who takes it away. Matone trying to get the skates moving. Gets it to Hansen, sends it across the middle for Menichello, but a little too strong, a little too much sauce on that one. Lindfeld will gain the center line, dump it in, and allow her team to change behind her. Ten skaters for the Phantoms. That's 2 forward lines and 2 defense pairs. Rockets have 3 forward lines and 5 defensemen, so 2 pair plus 1. Centering feed. One-timer goes wide. Pirelli. Now below the end line. Trying to send it in front, but swatted away by Landstrom. Comes to the near side wall. Chipped down low. They try to work it to the middle and looking for Axelson on the redirect, but it goes through the wickets. Blocked away by Menichello with a shin pad, but she couldn't get off to the races as Mickeltree recovered with the long reach, 81 in white. Pop up there, knocked down by Hansen, chipped up and out. That should not be an icing. It hit off a stick. Can Menichello get there before it hits the end line? She does! Oh, they call the icing! I can't believe it! Oh, she was right there. You got to wave that off. Oh, boy. And it was also tipped as it came here. Now, I have the perfect view of it. I could see that the puck was tipped. It hit off of a Lehigh Valley stick as it was cleared out by Hansen. And I cannot believe that they called that icing with Menichello right there. Huge break for Lehigh Valley with 14:03 left and the Rockets holding a 1-0 lead. McDonald on the offensive zone draw against Landstrom. Landstrom got the better of it, but possession goes to Lehigh Valley. McDonald's got to bring it all the way out as Natosi backed away. Here's Connolly on the breakaway. Connolly comes in. Shot. Rebound off the save. She couldn't get it through. Oh, Haley Connolly, we told you she was about to get one. She gets the breakaway, and it looked like she might have had Cotta. Nieves down the middle. Down low. Cook tries to stuff it, and it's covered up by Cotta. Oh, boy, Haley Connolly. She got behind the D. She didn't get chased down. She made a good shot. Cotta came out to make the initial save, but she was prone. Cook tried to pound it in. Cotta recovered just in time. Still 1-0 Rockets. Face-off battle over there. There's a tackle. It's a 2-on-1. Here come the Phantoms. Axelson's down the middle. Bruno steers wide. Centering feed by Bertonetti. She couldn't get it through. Non-stop action here. One-timer goes just wide. Bruno looking for Rizzo. She couldn't pull the trigger, and Axelson picks it off. Axelson marches down. Wrist shot save. Lacey doesn't let it hit the ice. Rockets living a little bit on the edge right there. The Phantoms had a 2-on-1 now, 13:02 left in the game. Samantha Bertinetti was breaking down the right side. She had Lila Axelson down the middle, but Aaron Bruno in her first game back after a long absence drove Bertinetti out wide. Bertinetti had to turn the corner and go behind the end line. And the Rockets thwart the scoring chance. Here comes Nieves. She's got Rodriguez down the middle. Puts on the brakes. Looking for somebody in the middle. Rodriguez tried to redirect it, but it couldn't get there. Jacobus pinches all the way in. Centering feed. Oh, Nieves was on the back door. Couldn't corral it. Centering feed again, but knocked away by 15. Somebody took a spill over there. No call. It didn't look like there was anything unseemly going on. Rockets change. Jacobus stays out there on D as Rizzo, the forechecker, forces Natosi up the near side wing. Jacobus steps in. Puck chipped forward. Jacobus stood her ground. Natosi picks it off. Wrist shot. Knocked down with the blocker. And the loose rebound is swept away. Natosi spinning. Trying to get it through Hansen. 9 against 9. Chipped out by Ulrich. Gets enough on it. Mickeltree will chase it down. Ulrich will put the pressure on her. Mickeltree trying to walk all the way through. She got through a couple. Hansen might be behind the D, but she has to dump it. Bertinetti was there, and Pirelli was on a change just entering the ice, so it might have appeared that nobody was down there, as this will be an icing probably, and it is. It looked maybe like Hansen had a free shot, but maybe out of picture I could see Pirelli was jumping onto the ice. 11:37 left, period number 3. Rockets 1, Phantoms nothing. 16:50 in the shots for the Rockets. It's as you would expect. Rockets win the faceoff. Ulrich up front with Menikillo and Hansen. Bruno on the point here on the right, and Redmond on the left point. Walking out of the corner, Menikillo wrist shot, it never got through. Pirelli knocked it down with the stick. It comes to the point, Redmond pinches in, sends it back from whence it came, takes a funny bounce. Hansen tries to stuff it, it goes through the crease. Kata was there. Ballou trying to break out. She's gotten behind the D a couple of times. Redmond saw the move a couple of times, and this time she figured it out. Whistling a stoppage of play on the dot, and they're going to call an interference on Hansen. So the Rockets will be shorthanded now for the 4th time this game with 11:01 left in period number 3. Quite obviously, to the score, they've killed off all 3 of the Phantoms' power plays. Connolly and Cook up front, Redmond and Bruno on defense. McDonald on the face-off. It's battled and put into Fernandez's feet. McDonald picks it up, tries to shovel it at the net, but it was blunted. Cook is going to get to it first. Let's see if McDonald can separate her from the puck. She does. Connolly's over there. She's going to put pressure on Kratzer. Oh, Connolly almost did it again. Cook stuffs it back into the zone. Connolly was millimeters away from another breakaway. She had one at even strength. She was looking to get one shorthanded. Boy, is 11 ready to dent the back of the net. 1:23 left on the power play for Lehigh Valley. They have a 1-0 deficit. Kept in for a moment at the point by Jacobus. She waits for Connolly to clear, and Connolly gets it and pounds it back in, hustling off for the change, and Nieves jumps on. You'll see Nieves streak in from the left side of your picture. There she is. Cook lost the stick. She's got to hustle and pick that one up. Rockets are killing a penalty. Cook does, and she's skating back into the play. It's 3-on-3 ahead of her, though, and she jumps off for a change as Rizzo jumps on. 9:52 left in the 3rd period. 49 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Rockets. Matone gets through a trip over there. Still going, still battling for it. Nieves comes in. Ballou picks that one up. Battled 4 down low. Axelson steered it toward the net, but just wide. Axelson with it now, looking to go to the point. Wrist shot, knocked down by Jacobus. It's loose in front. and swept away by Matone. Phantoms have set up here. Kratzer at the left point, looking in. Couldn't get it through traffic. Matone has it. Matone tries to send Rizzo, and a whistle stops play. Oh, what another terrible break for the Rockets. Matone was about to send Rizzo off on a clear breakaway, shorthanded, but Rizzo and McDonald put into the box. And McDonald slammed the door. I don't know what the penalty was there, but Coach Paul Landstrom asking if it's going to be 4 minutes or if it's 4. It could still be 5-on-5 if the penalties are coincidental. The Rockets should still have a man advantage for 15 seconds. Referee will jump over right to the scoreboard. They might not put these penalties on the board. If they put the penalties on the board, typically that means there's a change in manpower, and the Rockets would be 4-on-3. And then when the penalties expire, both players would be eligible to leave the box. If it's a situation where the two players are in the box for the same amount of time, manpower could stay the same, in which case 5-on-4 for 15 seconds. And now with 9:16 left in the game, the first whistle after 7:16 would allow Rizzo for the Rockets and McDonald for the Phantoms to exit the box. So as that gets sorted out, because we're not some big television conglomerate here, we can't really figure those things out in real time. We have to kind of figure them out on the fly. We're going to guess that it's 5-on-4 for the Rockets for 15 minutes and that Rizzo will be eligible to leave the box at the first whistle after 7:16. Same with McDonald. From that standpoint, it would benefit the Rockets because they have more players. And McDonald is a center and one of the best players in white. So, despite taking two potent forces off the ice, now I'm curious as to why. Let's see. Okay, so it's 5-on-4 still for the Phantoms. I think I was saying the Rockets had the power play. The Phantoms had the power play for 15 seconds, and then Hansen gets out of the box. So see, we try to figure all these things out, and I'm telling you the wrong team, and meanwhile, you're probably yelling at your device or your screen saying, Rizzo, no, it's the other way. It's the team in black that's shorthanded. But now they're not shorthanded. Hansen's coming in, stuff shot attempt by Minikillo. Cotta makes the save and then covers it up. So they're at full strength now. They're at even strength now, but not full strength, as Rizzo and McDonald will sit in the box, and the first whistle after 7:16 will make them eligible to rejoin play. Ulrich wins the faceoff. Minikillo, wrist shot. Cotta knocked it down and leaves no rebound. She actually knocked that down with the inside of her blocker, not the outside, the part they call it the waffle board from a million years ago. Same play, Minikillo, and it's kicked away off the wrist shot. Glove down there, and the Rockets just slicing chunks off of the clock here. A 1-0 lead. Not one that you can sit on against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, the home team in white. Landstrom on the dot. Cook trying to hustle to see if she could steal a face-off. Jacobus gets it, waits for Cook to clear the zone. Connolly, who had a breakaway earlier and nearly had another one shorthanded, battles for the puck in the near side corner. Picked up by Mickeltree, hits the brakes. Connolly tries to trap her, comes between the points. Matone tried to chase it down. She's going to get to it first. Gets it through Ballou, who's had a big game, 91. Has had a couple real good scoring chances. They break in alone. Wrist shot, saved by Lacey, and she holds on. Boy, Lila Axelson is going to walk back to the bench and scratch her head a couple of times tonight, because on twos on one twice. I mean, she's been alone down the middle. And one time, the puck carrier up the right wing was steered outside. No pass attempted. And this time, the defender came over and played the shooter, and she shot instead of passed. Well, 39, Lila Axelson was alone in the slot. Sometimes those little things can be the difference in a game like this. Also, the breakaways that both goalies have stopped. Lacey thwarted Ballou on one to keep the Rockets scoreless, and Kata denied Connolly for the Phantoms to keep her team within 1-0 just moments ago. Redmond grabs it in neutral ice, waits for her team to clear the zone, and dumps it right back in. Rodriguez will hustle for it. Rockets are one short out there. And now they finally get squared away. Bruno's taking a shift at forward here with Rizzo in the box. Rizzo and McDonald eligible to leave the box at the next whistle. But, oh, there's a dump right there. And Ulrich holding her head afterward. How do they not call that? I mean, she just pushed her right down and right at the boards. Now, if you push her down in the middle, that's one thing. Against the boards, it's just always called, and they just let it go. Hansen going to try to move it out of the zone. She chips it deftly. Rockets change. Two players in the box, but no manpower change. Hansen knocks it down a couple of times. Here comes Minikillo. Minikillo on the left dot. Gets close. Wrist shot. Save. Rebounds there. Trying to stuff it. Oh, Landstrom had one, and I don't know how Kata made the save. She got the shaft of the stick on it. Landstrom had it ticketed. Loose in front. Hansen whacks at it. Can't get it through. This one's not going to be an icing. That puck's going to die. There's a race for it. There's Jacobus getting there. Fox falls. Two players fall. Players are falling down, and there's going to be a penalty. How is this a penalty? Fox dove. She's nowhere near the other player. The other player is skating around the back of the net, falls on her own, and the Rockets once again. Now we say home cooking is in effect. There's home cooking in effect here. It's 5 penalties against 1 on power plays, and that one not even close. And right before, Ulrich gets absolutely dumped on a head penalty, a push to the head, and no call. So the Rockets have a couple of mountains to overcome here if they want to hold the 1-0 lead. 6:05 left in the game. Power play 5 for Lehigh Valley. 6 minutes even on the clock, 1:54, and the Phantom penalty that has given the Phantoms a power play to Lauren Fox. Fox nowhere near a player who turned, lost her edge, and was called for a trip. Boy, it's easy to referee when you're on this side and you don't have skates on. Wrist shot goes wide as the Phantoms try to set up. Can even tell you who's out there. Redmond chips it out. Minikillo tries to get behind the D. Minikillo, will she get there first? Gets the stick lifted. Minikillo recovers it even though she was second to the puck. Battled for in the corner, pressed against the corner right there. 3 Phantoms over there, 1 Minikillo trying to keep it. Hope doing an incredible job ragging the puck. Rockets now trying to battle for it in the near side corner. It finally comes out. They killed a good 20 seconds off doing that. McDonald gets through the middle. McDonald bears down, wrist shot, kicked away, actually sticked away. Hansen and Rizzo up front now killing it off for the Rockets. Rizzo trying to get behind the D. Rizzo's getting hooked by Ballou. They don't call it. Rizzo tries to sweep in front, but Kratzer gets to it first. I mean, with the way they've called stuff, it was pretty clear interference on Ballou. This one, and another penalty on the Rockets. Oh, my goodness. It's a delayed penalty, and they're going to call Redmond for this. It's legal to push, guys. It's legal to push. The puck's there, and they call interference on Redmond. 6 power plays for the Phantoms to 1 for the Rockets. It's a 5-on-3 for 34 seconds. Nieves and Jacobus with Bruno. Those are the 3. As Redmond and Fox are in the box. So having the extra defenseman may be paying off for the Rockets here. Otherwise their defense would have been ragged at this point. 5-on-3 setup. Kratzer, wrist shot, save. Lacey covers it up. 24 seconds left in the 5-on-3. 150 in the power play. 6 power plays for Lehigh Valley. Just 1 for the Rockets. And they haven't been clear-cut calls. That one chipped out. Nieves is going to try to outrace Kratzer. Kratzer doesn't know she's there. Kratzer recovers. Kratzer moves it in. 10 seconds on the 5-on-3. Hits the brakes, looking for maybe Natosi coming in. Has to dump it. 6 seconds in the 5-on-3. They bang it around the end boards, trying to center it in front. Poked away. It's 5-on-4. They've killed the 5-on-3. Fox streaks right into the slot. Trying to bang it home in front. Ballou scores! Power play goal for Chloe Ballou with 3:56 left to tie it at 1-1. And after just every single penalty in the game is being called against the Rockets, finally the Phantoms are able to cash in. Now they'll take it. They'll take it. But boy, they've really gotten the better of these calls so far. It's definitely a factor in the game at this point. Let's see if the Rockets can figure out a way to get that one back. But as you might expect, the score is tied and there's under 4 minutes left. Rockets win the faceoff, but they have to regroup in their own zone. So we told you Chloe Ballou's been the star so far for the Phantoms. She's had a few chances and she got that loose puck in the bottom of the slot on the right side and fired a wrist shot through traffic over the prone Emma Lacey. They moved the puck out, and there's been so many chances potentially here for both of these teams, and the Rockets have really been pressing. They're up to 23-18 on the shot advantage. Minichello walks in. Minichello and Hansen. Over to Hansen. Hansen tees it up. Wrist shot. There's a save. Loose in front. Oh, and the goalie takes a shot at Minichello. Oh, boy, the goalie just took the glove and punched Minichello in the face. Typically, they'll kick you out of the game for throwing a punch. And that's the goalie. Let's see. Very clearly a 2-10 should be called here on the goalie. And they're sending 2 off here. Who are they sending off? It should be 2 Phantoms. Let's see what they call. Pirelli will go off. Matched by how is this even? The goalie jumps up and starts the altercation. It should be a 2-10, and it is. Okay, so there's 2 players in the box. The Rockets are going to have a power play. That's a penalty to the goalie that is served by one of the other skaters. So once they figure out the scoreboard, there's going to be 3:20 left in the game, and the Rockets are going to have a power play. The Phantoms have 3 out there, but I think they should have 4 because of the coincidental minors to Hansen and one of them. I can't see who's in the box. 23-18 the shots for the Rockets. So Pirelli is going to be the one serving the penalty on the board, and whoever else is in the box is serving, or rather, Pirelli maybe is serving the bench minor. Whoever is actually penalized for the hit after. So Kata jumped up and hit Minichello after the whistle. That's a penalty on the goaltender. That's the power play. Minichello then was stepped into by another player, or Hansen was stepped into by another player, and those 2 players exchanged. So Hansen and one of the players in the box will not be eligible to return to the ice until the first whistle after 1:20 left. Pirelli, if she's serving the penalty for the goaltender, would be eligible as soon as the power play ends. Rockets with their second power play of the game. Fox gets decked. Wrist shot goes through the wickets. Jacobus up front with Rizzo and Rodriguez. Puck chipped out. McDonald's in a foot race. McDonald has Matone in the middle. Cuts to the middle. Matone sweeps it away. Emotions on the bench and in the stands. Picking up here. Rizzo with Rodriguez, who has the puck. Mia Rodriguez will skate it, center it to the middle for streaking Jacobus. Gets down low. Rodriguez trying to shovel it. Rizzo's in the crease looking for one to pop out, but it's all the way on the other side. This one's going to be an icing on the Phantoms. 1:17 left in the Rockets' power play. It was a power play, the 6th of the game, in which the Phantoms cashed in their only goal by Chloe Ballou just a few minutes ago with 3:56 left. The Rockets now with their second power play of the game against 6, and their power play is potent. Clearly, this is their chance to take this game. Battled for below the end line. Connolly trying to dig it out. She's going to try to race Bertonetti there. Bertonetti lifts the stick. Makes it a 50-50 puck. Menikillo at the point. Somebody got dumped in front. Redirected down there. We're just going to let some of these go. Connolly sends it to Menikillo between the points. Menikillo looking for some open ice or looking to create some. She gets through a couple. Gets to the left point and then down to the left circle. Centering attempt now with 2 minutes left. Menikillo trying to tee it up. Saved by Cotta. Rebound goes wide by Cook. 1:53 left. 30 in the power play. Rockets move it toward the point. Cook trying to set up Menikillo. Menikillo goes back down for Cook. Cook has a lot of room and she's got a lot of time. Centering feed. Cotta popped it up and got it away. Axelson, 2-on-2, sends it right up the middle. Bertonetti trying to get through, and the Rockets' defense converges with 11 seconds left in the Rocket power play. Centering feed! Axelson nearly got the stick on that one. Rockets are going to try to break out. The penalty's going to expire as Cook is trying to get hold of it, and Pirelli jumps out of the box. So we're back to full strength. We're back to even strength, not full strength. Next whistle, Hansen and one of the players from the Phantoms will be eligible to come back in. 1-1, 1 minute left. Nieves was looking for somebody in front, couldn't get it to her. Connolly's still out there. She's had a big game. Is she the one? Menikillo jumps forward to try to keep it in. Kratzer overskated it, but picked it right back up. They were looking to spring Menikillo. Natosi's going to get it into the zone. Fox is going to chip it up for Nieves. Can the Rockets get it out? They got to just keep getting it out of the zone. Menikillo is one-on-one with Kratzer, and she's got Fox with her. It's a 2-on-1 with 30 seconds left. Menikillo to Fox, gets down low, tries to shove it in. Cotta with the save. She got the blocker on it at ice level. 23 seconds. Do the Rockets have a magician out there that could put one in before the end of regulation? It comes to Matone. She's looking for Redmond. Redmond tries to walk in. Wrist shot. Cotta save. She saw it all the way. Menikillo was trying to redirect it before it hit the glove, but Cotta got the glove on it and held on. 10.4 seconds left in regulation. It's a timeout. The Rockets are taking it. Now we've seen the Rockets with 9.9 seconds left and a face-off in the defensive zone score on a buzzer beater. That was Luisa Rizzo against the Piedmont Predators. Last season, we saw PJ Jacobus hit a buzzer beater. And that was down against the Tri-City Eagles. So the Rockets have hit some of these buzzer beaters. They've done it on the road. What it also means is with 10.4 seconds left, you got to be wary that the other team could steal the face-off, and you know if you could do it, they could do it. And they can break down, and you don't have at least the shootout sewed up, but you definitely would rather be in the Rockets' position than the Phantoms' position at this point, even at 1-1. And as we expected, the team's playing it even, the crowd getting into it, the girls giving everything they have out there. Rockets take the timeout. That does give a little bit of a benefit perhaps to the Phantoms, who are shorter on the bench. So they can put their chosen 5 out there well rested. All the penalties to all the players have expired, the ones that were coincidental and the ones that provided power play action. Lacey will remain in the net, so the Rockets are not trying to do anything fancy. They're just going to play it straight up. Fox is going to play forward. Hansen will take the draw. Menichello's at the near side wing. Fox is in the slot. Matone between the points. Jacobus at the right point. And now the Phantoms are taking a timeout. They wanted to see how the Rockets align, perhaps. And we will... Somehow time just ticked off the clock. There was 10.4 seconds left, and now there's 9.6. So I'm not sure how that happened, but 6 power plays to 2, and now 0.8 less for the Rockets to work with. Let's see. I think the refs caught that. So hopefully they put it back up there. 10.4. There it is. It's a great try, though. I gotta give the scorekeepers credit for that one. Oh boy, if you can't get a good chuckle out of it, you're not alive. So the Rockets first called timeout, and then the Phantoms called timeout. The Phantoms will protect their goal with 10.4 seconds left in a 1-1 game. The Rockets have a 24-18 edge in shots. Hansen for the Rockets, Ballou for the Phantoms on a power play. Those are your goal scorers. Rockets will have Hansen on the dot, Fox in the slot. Menichello on right wing, Jacobus and Matone on D. Face-off is loose. Menichello gets it, walks down the slot, tries to fire it, sends it wide. Fox tries to shovel it in, and it's loose. Bakata covers it up. That was a big chance for the Rockets right there. It didn't look that close maybe from here, but that puck was loose, and they tried to shovel it in. Bakata did it. Rockets send Lacey to the bench, and do they send the 6th attacker out? Here comes Redmond. They will go 6-on-5 for the last 2.6 seconds. It's a great move. It's been discussed by Rockets coaches. Face-off is there. Matone just can't get it out, and time expires, so I believe this means we are going to a shootout. So they end at 1-1 in regulation, because of course they did. And the Rockets in black and the Lehigh Valley Phantoms in white will get set for the shootout. I believe that the goalies will switch sides for that. And we will switch to our shootout ISO camera. As we give you a closer look at the Rockets bench. So against York, the Rockets went with Hansen, Menichello, and Jacobus. It's a 3-inning shootout. And after the first 3 innings, you are allowed to reuse any shooters. So their only shootout of the season, that was the case. Hansen will be the first. Here comes Hansen, bearing down on Kata. Goes to the left side, now up the middle, wrist shot. Might have been a save, or she sent it over the net. So Lehigh Valley holds for the top of the first. I like to call it innings. Here's Chloe Ballou. She's in the worst spot for the camera angle right now. So 91 Ballou. She has the goal, the power play goal. Hansen has the other goal in the game. Ballou bears down on Lacey, makes a couple of moves, tries to get it through, and it says no goal! Referee said no goal! It trickled through, but he said no goal. He said no goal. The call on the ice was no goal. The referee made a very clear indication that it was no goal, and now he's changed the call! He changed the call! We've never seen this! He literally called no goal. You could see it on the replay. He called no goal, and then he changed the call. If you call no goal, you got to stick with the call. The puck had stopped. If the puck stops moving, it is no goal, even if the goalie spills it in. The rule is, if the puck's forward motion is stopped, no matter what the crowd is trying to make you chant, if the forward motion of the puck stops, it doesn't matter if the goalie sweeps it in. It would be the same as if a player sweeps it in. The moment the forward motion of the puck stops, the play is dead, and it is not a goal. This should not be a goal. He should not have changed the call. Let's see what they decide to do. There is determination of the referee. What are they going to call? There's no issue of control of the puck, as you might have heard one of the parents say. It's not about control at all. You don't have to control the puck. The puck just has to stop action. So the Rockets, again, have been absolutely annihilated by bad refereeing here, or unfortunate refereeing. So they waved it off, but is it actually a goal? Now I guess at this point, maybe we just have to ask the referee. Excuse me, ref, was that actually a goal? Was the call a goal or no goal, sir? For the. It's not going to tell you. Well, I'm allowed to ask. There's all these people are watching at home for both sides. All right, so it's maybe 1-0. I think we're going to go with 1-0. Here comes Menichello down on Kata. She comes, slows, wrist shot, score! Menichello scores to maybe tie it. We're going to assume that it's tied and that it's the bottom of the second. That we know. Katie Kratzer, K-A-D-Y, Kratzer, not the spelling that you might be used to, K-A-D-Y, 47. The spectacular defenseman for the Phantoms will step in now in the bottom of the second. Here comes Kratzer approaching the puck. She's a left-handed shooter. She approaches Lacey. Gets all the way down. Wrist shot, score. She scored into the blocker's side. And we believe that is now 2. Here comes Jacobus to keep the Rockets alive. 21. Peyton Jacobus comes down the middle. Wrist shot save by Kata. So they must not have counted the other goal because it's 1-1. That would have been the end of the game right there. So they didn't, in the end, they did not count it. So we're in the bottom of the third. Samantha Berdinetti, 25, for the win for Lehigh Valley. The right-handed shooter comes down right down the middle against Lacey. Opens up, saved by Lacey! And we go to extras. So the goal, in fact, did not count, the controversial one. Now you're allowed to reuse shooters. And Hansen will go for the Rockets. She scored in regulation. Here comes Hansen approaching the puck, right-handed shot. She's going to skate it down the left side, and now down the middle. Comes in on Kata, makes a move, scores! Top corner, Tootie time! So the Rockets in the top of the fourth now forge ahead. And the game will be on the stick for Lehigh Valley of, who's it going to be? Maddie McDonald, the lefty. McDonald did not shoot in the first round. They are eligible to reuse shooters. McDonald, the lefty, needs to score to extend it. Comes in on Lacey. Backhand, Lacey pokes it away, and the Rockets win! The Rockets win 2-1 in the shootout. against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. And that's a big one. This time, it's the goalie that finishes it off. Last time, it was the shooter that finished it off. So the girls line up for the handshake at center ice. Well earned, hard played. Rockets 25-18, the final in terms of shots in the shootout. They get 2 to the 1 for Lehigh Valley. The one that was originally called no goal and then waved as a goal. We couldn't really tell if it counted or not, and eventually determined, just because of the way that the shootout went, that the goal did not count. So once again in the shootout, it's as soon as the motion of the puck stops going toward the net or toward the end line, then the play is dead. So the ruling was that the puck stopped, and then Lacey could have swept it back in with her pad, which would be no goals, as long as the puck had stopped. If the puck was still moving, it would be a goal. So that's the final ruling. The Rockets overcome 6 power plays, one of which Chloe Ballou scored on for the Lehigh Valley goal, and Francesca Hansen scores for the Rockets, and the Rockets eventually win in the shootout. Now 2-0 in the shootouts this season, having taken down the York Devils. They didn't have a shootout the whole year, and now they have a couple in 2 weeks. Rockets back in action on Sunday in the 5 o'clock hour against the Ramapo Saints. And if you like what you see and you want to tune in, then hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and we would appreciate your support no matter which side you're from. Many brilliant players, as you got to see here, from the Phantoms, and we've gotten some great support and some great words from the side of the Lehigh Valley Phantoms here over the years, and we appreciate all of that, no matter how emotional we get about our daughters, our granddaughters, our great-granddaughters, our sisters, our nieces, our cousins, our friends, or if you're watching on demand, yourselves. It's great to be a part of girls' youth hockey. That's going to do it from Steel Ice Center in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. The Rockets pull out a 2-1 shootout win over the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets girls hockey.